It's one of the best kept and well-guarded secrets within Formula One. Today, we're going to be lifting the lid on the cutting-edge fuel technology within the F1 world and see how the rapid advancements made by PETRONAS and Mercedes-AMG PETRONAS Formula One team partnership is shaping innovation and pushing boundaries. Welcome to this 6-part technical series where we'll be focusing in on the 5 PETRONAS functional fluids that power our Mercedes-AMG PETRONAS F1 cars. We're going to be focusing today on PETRONAS Premax fuel. What is it that I'm looking at here?
Yeah, what we've got here was once a Formula One power unit. It's been beautifully cut away and crafted by some of the team at Brixworth. And what we've really got is, you can see the combustion engine elements, and then also the elements from the turbocharger and the MGUH.
And I'm looking at the fuel now, and I'm wondering, what are the differences between PETRONAS Premax and standard fuel?
Well, Jody, if you look at the flask of fuel over here, one would not be able to tell necessarily all the differences by looking. But essentially, PETRONAS Premax is a very customizable fuel. And in this case, for Formula One, we have a high degree of customization. We look at base components, and we have a worldwide search for the best. We look at additive chemistry, and we have a selection process also to fine-tune and get the best custom-made for us.
And what does it consist of?
Well, essentially, it consists of hydrocarbons. So if we were to say how similar it is to road fuel, they are very similar. It's the same ingredients, but just different proportions.
Now, Hal, we have this fantastic opportunity to take a look inside our F1 car.
So what we're going to look at here is the journey of the fuel, all the way from the fuel tank up until we get to the combustion chamber and the real events that happen there, going through this beautiful mechanical system. So the starting point is the low pressure fuel pump, picking up the fuel from the tank and starting it on its journey. First of all, it goes through a high pressure pump. This gets the pressure of the fuel much higher, which is what we need for injection. And then that's sent on its way to a manifold. So there are fuel rails on each side of the engine, and we need to get the fuel to these. And there's 3 injectors there, 1 for each of the cylinders on that bank. And those are positioned within the cylinder head, so that at the right time, we get the fuel injected, we get the spark plug, and then we get the power transferred through those pistons all the way through to the back of the car and those massive black tyres.
Beautifully done and fantastic to see, thank you. And we know we have fuel technicians from PETRONAS at track on race day. So what is it that they're doing with the team at those times?
So we have our fluid trackside engineers with a laboratory to make sure that it is conforming to the FIA approval. We do the same with the oils, testing over hundreds of samples, a bit like a health check.
One of the most important things that we do at the circuit is making sure that we've got the correct fuel fill for the race. So you need to make sure you've got just the right amount of fuel, because you don't want to have too much fuel, because if you do, you carry it for the whole race. And if you haven't got enough fuel, once again, you're going to be in a real trouble during the race, and that's going to be performance. So you've got to get it right on the top of the pinhead.
How important is it that PETRONAS Premax holds a high level of efficiency?
By regulation, we're allowed to use 100 kilograms an hour of fuel within the engine. So that's about 30 grams per second. So we've got the combustion going on top of the piston, forcing the crankshaft round, which then through the gearbox will start turning the wheels. We've fixed the amount we can put in, so the efficiency is everything to get the most out.
And of course, we're not only just concentrating on Mercedes when we're out at track, we also power other people as well, other teams.
HPP, together with PETRONAS, is powering 40% of the grid now. A lot of work goes in to make sure that we're giving them all the performance that we can. We're all about every single millisecond, and there is no way that we would be able to, as HPP, develop the combustion engine part of the power unit in isolation to the fuel. If we want to get every last millisecond out of it, we have to do it as a partnership.
So how is it that we need to be looking ahead now in innovating a brand new fuel? Why is that needed to look at a sustainable option?
Well, first of all, Formula One has a net zero carbon emission target for 2030, and PETRONAS is to have a net zero carbon emissions target for 2050. Target is one thing, the other is the business areas. The work we do in fuels, whether it's synthetic fuels or biofuels or waste to fuel, actually mirrors the new business area that PETRONAS is committed to work in, which is synthetic chemicals, it's the biofuel agenda, and it's circular economy.
Thank you both. So there we have it, our PETRONAS Premax fuel with its unique additives and biocomponents, keeping our power units efficient whilst maximising our track positions whilst we're racing.